Picture entering a crowded dining hall. Your stomach is twisted into 100 knots, leaving you without much of an appetite, but you know you have to eat something. You have to face people, even though the thought of socializing with mostly strangers makes you anxious. This simple process will exert all of your energy. You'll probably return to your dorm room and eat alone. You just can't sit with all of these people, not today at least. I'm going to be informing you about social anxiety disorder, what it is, what causes it, and the treatments used to help people overcome their fears in social situations. I've done a fair amount of research through books and medical websites to find enough information to discuss social phobia with you all today. How can we define social anxiety disorder? According to Psychology Today, social anxiety disorder, abbreviated as SAD, or social phobia, is defined as an anxiety disorder in which individuals are increasingly aware of themselves and are in a perpetual state of worry that others are watching and or judging them. Nearly 12.1% of the U.S. population suffers from this disorder, as found by the NCSRS. So, what are some effects of having social anxiety disorder? Oftentimes, those with SAD avoid appearing at social events and skip school and work, which can lead to poor performance. They have a much more difficult time keeping and starting relationships with new people. Because of this, about 50% of those in their early 30s with SAD have never been married, based off of one study that was included in the Clinical Handbook of Psychological Disorders by David Barlow. It was also mentioned that a plethora of employees with SAD are willing to be in positions lower than that of their qualification. Symptoms can range from mild to severe depending on the situation and the level of social anxiety. People with social phobia might sweat a lot, shake, have an inability to speak, or in some cases, feel sick to his or her stomach. A journal article published in the Medical Clinics of North America stated that Hippocrates first defined the disorder as the fear of blushing in front of others, or erythrophobia. SAD is oftentimes dismissed as shyness, but the two are vastly different. According to an article from the Social Anxiety Institute by Tim Henry, those who are merely shy tolerate their shyness, whereas when you have SAD, you hate yourself for it. The first signs of SAD are expressed sometimes in primary youth, but are most commonly seen in teenagers. Unfortunately, diagnosis is not always accurate. Those with social phobia also commonly have other disorders such as depression. There are two types of SAD, generalized and non-generalized. Generalized SAD is when you express terror in the majority of socialized situations. Non-generalized is typically only having fears towards one type of social situation, such as speaking to a group of people. What current research has been done on SAD? There has been a lot of research regarding what causes social anxiety and whether or not it is solely hereditary. Based on evidence from the National Institute of Mental Health, social anxiety can be inherent. An animal experiment was conducted and the results confirmed a gene in mice that influenced how they interpreted fear. Currently, scientists are considering the idea that social anxiety can form from both physical and hormonal effects. The third idea up for debate is gaining social anxiety from our environment. We learn how to act based on what we observe. If we see correlations between consequences and behavior, we tend to prevent ourselves from acting in that manner. What should a person suffering from SAD do? If someone has SAD, it is possible and highly recommended to receive proper treatment before symptoms worsen. In another article from the Social Anxiety Institute by Dr. Thomas Richards, the most common form of healing is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. The first aspect this process utilizes is repetition. This treatment is the most efficient way to slowly cure someone who has any type of emotional disorder, from SAD to depression. There isn't one set method of practice for everyone, as social anxiety differs from person to person. The idea is that you are taught through multiple therapy sessions how to maintain your fear under various conditions. Whatever is learned should be repeated when the individual leaves the meeting. Repetition essentially rewires your memory so that you can manage your feelings and your actions. The second aspect utilized by CBT is engaging individuals in group activities. Although participants might be hesitant at first, they learn to let go of their fears when interacting with others over time. When conducting such behavioral groups, it is crucial that all members have SAD, otherwise the treatment won't work properly. In contrast to the cognitive therapy sessions, the group work is arranged in a ranked style so that the activities are tailored to the specific conflicts of each person. It takes a considerably large amount of time to finally be comfortable in social situations again, but it's important not to give up. It's a journey. What has been learned concerning this disorder? Social anxiety might seem like a trap with no exits, but you have to remember that you are never alone. Today, I talked about what happens when you have SAD, some of the believed causes of the condition, and what available treatments exist today. Hopefully, after hearing this speech, if you feel that you have SAD, you will have the ability to reach out for help, and with time, gain the confidence you need to become the person you've always wanted to be.